All right, everybody, welcome back to our Slay the Princess live playthrough here, part of our Save Tonight series. And today we are gonna continue where we last left off. So the last time that we tried to do this, what we wanted to do was we really wanted to be kind of like go against the narrator. So we wanted to be nice, we wanted to be good, we wanted to be positive, all this stuff. And the narrator kind of manipulated us a little bit. He kind of gaslit us, if you will, and all that stuff. So he kind of forced us to attack her and all this stuff. So as always, I'm always gonna put this content warning up just because, if you are new to the series, you should see the content warning. This is your only warning. All right, cool. So anyways, let's jump into it. There are no wrong choices. Okay.
You're on a path.
Oh my god.
And at the end of that path is a cabin. And
At the basement of that cabin is a princess. I don't know how many times I've heard this entire sentence.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world.
Alright. So... Oh, you're in for it now. I'm on to your wise tricks.
My tricks? What on earth are you talking about?
No, bro. I'm on to you. I think the narrator knows. Do you think he knows? Or is it actually a new narrator every single time?
If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way.
I mean, I guess?
Yes, he didn't approve of us last time, did he? If we're going to save our beloved, we'll have to be sneaky about it.
The voice of the smitten.
Our beloved?
Yes, you'll have to be very sneaky about your intentions if you're going to try and save the princess. Ah, so all of the cards are on the table. Then you should know that we and the princess are in love, and the four of us will be foiling any and all assassination attempts you've got in the works.
We'll see about that.
What?
Whatever you do, just be sure to ignore him specifically.
Why?
Sounds like he's the sort who'd sacrifice the whole world for a peck on the cheek.
I don't know, man. She was kind of nice. She only killed us because, we tried to kill her. Which, low-key, I don't blame her. I'd do the same thing.
What can I say? A world without love is a world that isn't worth saving.
See, he's on to something. Let's assume I'm telling the truth and all of this really did happen. Why should I listen to you? Why should I bother doing anything?
Those are two very different questions, but fine. I'll indulge you if that's what it takes to get you moving. Let's say for a moment that this really is the second time you've met me, or at least a version of me. You died last time, which probably only happened because you didn't listen to me.
You were the one who did us in, villain.
Well, not you in the literal sense, but you did everything you could to stop us from rescuing her. Oh, I wonder why. Maybe it's because the entire world was at stake. No lone princess is worth that price.
I beg to differ.
I'm not going to argue with you. I'm just going to take a deep breath and assume that whoever is making the decisions here has the common sense to ignore your protestations. Anyway, I believe your second question was, what's the point of doing anything? If you're asking that, it sounds to me like you're making the rather dangerous assumption that your actions last time around didn't have any consequences. What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. You forced the princess to kill us, and now everyone's right back where they started. That sounds pretty consequence-free to me. Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, that begs the question of how you got back here. Did time simply rewind itself, or were you instead transported to a different world entirely? If it's the latter, what do you think happened after you died? Do you think the people there lived happily ever after? Or do you think that the princess, left unhindered, brought about the end to everyone and everything, just like I told you she would?
She would never. She's a perfect angel that you cruelly imprisoned as part of some convoluted, dastardly scheme.
Convoluted? I don't know how this premise could be any more simple. Princess bad, stop her, save everyone. Just be quick about it. She just can. Believe me, I wish I could tell you more, but you'll just have to trust that what I'm saying is true, and that, despite it all, you're fully up to the task that's been given to you.
Maybe it's her beauty that threatens the world.
Sure, it's her beauty. Why not? And before you ask, no, we can't just keep her down there. If you don't slay her, she's going to find a way out. It's unfortunate, I know, but it's just the way it is. People locked her in that basement, and I told you what this place is. It's a path in the woods. Don't overcomplicate things. I've told you everything you need to know. Going into more detail would just overcomplicate an otherwise very simple situation and make your job more difficult. Not to sound like a broken record, but the less you know about her, the better things will go for all of us. I know it sounds like I'm hiding something, but you're just going to have to take me at my word. Great. Now, if you don't mind, the whole world is waiting with bated breath for you to save it from ruin.
That's right, you can't stop all of us. We're going to sweep her off her feet if it's the last thing anyone does.
Are these really the sorts of people you'd like to align yourself with? You're not at the cabin yet. You still have plenty of time to reflect on the situation. I just hope for all our sakes that you make the right call. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says.
We already told you we're not playing along with your little game. It's your lies that can't be trusted. Her beauty is the only thing in the world we can believe in.
I think we've already been over this. I'm pretty sure he just likes the sound of his own voice.
I do, but I also speak from the heart. My passions are too great to be stifled. They must be expressed.
Sure, yeah, your passions are strong and all, but not everyone needs to hear them. Some things are better kept quiet. Don't pay their bickering any mind. Focus on the task ahead. The interior of the cabin is clean and elegant, its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries, a prison befitting a royal prisoner. The only furniture of note is an ornate wooden table with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing an intricate stairwell. Gold-trimmed carpet glimmers in the light of the torches positioned along the walls. The basement almost seems welcoming in the dim firelight, but it's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. A soft voice carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice, it's somehow even more beautiful than last time. I can hear wedding bells already.
I've held my tongue till now, but you're taking this a little too far. We barely even know the princess. We can still do right by her without all this over-the-top fawning. Yes, for everyone's sake, you're not in love. Just remember, that her charms are all part of the manipulation. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall.
My love, we're here to rescue you from your unjust and foul imprisonment.
You know she can't hear you, right?
She may not be able to hear my words, but surely she can hear my spirit.
Oh, your spirit's plenty loud, all right.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. I didn't want to believe your ravings back in the woods, but this is next to incontrovertible evidence. You've been here before.
That's right, villain, and you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense. Our beloved's hands remain unstained by cruelty.
And you've died before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first, but what's done is done. What matters is you have a chance to do it right this time. Now, hold on. If she actually ended a world, are you sure we want to do this? Are you sure we want to rescue her?
We never saw a world end, and now I'm even more certain that we must chase our heroic and romantic destiny than I've ever been. I shan't let anyone convince us otherwise.
Are you listening to him? He's lost it. Don't let him distract you. Just do your job.
I'm sorry. Didn't you want me to?
Did we?
We warned her of the cruel forces seizing our body. That's practically telling her to kill us. She is our beloved, and she made the choice to free us of our misery, to show us mercy and make the best decision for everyone.
She made the best decision for her. Don't be so quick to assign kindness. You're just opening yourself up to manipulation.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world? Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy. My heart melts further with every word that passes through her beautiful lips.
Are you listening to her? That's a confession. I can't believe that the fate of the entire world has been left in the hands of a misanthrope.
Lucky for you, I did destroy the world. I destroyed all of it and made it awful for everyone.
I'd point out that she just admitted to obliterating the entire world, but I guess that wouldn't actually move you.
Oh, it moves me. Whatever we do next, we should do our best to not let her out. But have you seen her angelic face? She should get a pass. She just wanted to make us happy.
By destroying the world?
Apparently, yes.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best, and that's all that matters.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That
That's because she's perfect. Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
I'm okay with whatever you come up with. You can cut my arm off again.
We won't be laying a finger on her perfect wrists, and indeed, we won't even have to. Do you see how dainty her hands are? We'll be able to slip her right out with no harm done.
What? No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. Why are you two arguing over the logistics of slipping her hand out of her shackles? She just said she'd be okay with any idea we came up with. Am I the only one here who thinks that's weird?
She didn't care last time. Why should she care this time? That's our stoic, smiling angel.
No, you're right. It's extremely bizarre behaviour and further evidence that she's a monster who's not to be trusted. So go ahead and slay her. No, I can't let you do that. If you take another step towards the princess, I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths, and if you try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world end if we don't stop her? You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings. That shouldn't have worked. I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Let me guess. End the world?
Spoken with the rank cynicism of someone who has never felt love in his heart.
I don't actually know. Nobody's ever asked me what I wanted before. I mean, you sort of did last time, but this is different.
She doesn't even know what she wants. You may have had her all wrong. What if this whole thing is just a misunderstanding? What if she doesn't want to end the world? You're so gullible. Is the only thing you've ever doubted the actual truth?
I think I want to leave. And I think...
The princess closes her eyes in deep reflection. And then she shrugs.
I don't know. What do you want to do? I just want to make you happy.
She can't just want to make us happy.
It makes sense to me. That's all I want for her, so of course she'd want the same for us.
I just want to make you happy.
Is she broken? What's going on? What's going on is she's lying to you, only she isn't a good liar. Are you starting to trust me now?
Okay, I'll find something else to want if that makes you happy.
This isn't right. I don't know what's going on, but this isn't right.
I fail to see the problem here. She's just sweet on us. You don't have to act like it's a big deal.
I just want to make you happy.
Is it just me, or does it feel like we're alone right now? Like we're the only ones here?
She was our perfect match. She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a mirror? Why is it here? Why now? This doesn't feel right. It feels different. Final. Yes, I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt, right?
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the long quiet. I am curious to see what it means for us to know it. This one is soft and delicate. You molded her to love you, and she'll make for a gentle heart. Do not mourn her. She has served her purpose. We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something, but nothing cannot exist on its own, and because of that, nothing can't exist. No, their minds are empty, existent, but constantly shifting into something new. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? If he is anything other than us, he isn't worth the effort to destroy. One, whatever you bring me next will be enough, and then gravity will pull the others back to me. I will be singular, a final multitude. You've already tried waiting, but I understand if you need more time. I'll wait with you. I will see you when you return. What textures will you weave for yourself to occupy forever? Will you place the images of you and I into a box for safekeeping? If you close that box, will you become another you in another world? An imaginary pattern repeating itself until it can no longer bear the weight of its hand-drawn cage. You'll always come back to the box, because you'll always want to know what it means to be you. I will be here waiting by your side until you're ready to return to mine. You have returned to me. Though you were gone mere moments, I never left your side. No, the point of awakening is to find out. These gifts are a conversation, and each one shows me the contours of your heart. The only thing I want to see is what you choose for me when the thread is fully drawn. It doesn't matter if there are. People are frail and impermanent. You and I are the only things that interest me. The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. This is an oppressive place. The air feels heavy and damp, a hint of rot filtering from the ancient wood. If the princess really lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor. Her voice softly carries up the stairs.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life. Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed.
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here forever.
I see. You're trying to get her to lower her guard. It's a gamble, but it might work.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement. She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone? I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
You were lying when you said you were here to rescue her, but regardless of your intentions, breaking her out of those chains would be a big mistake. Don't even try it. You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake. No, you're doing the right thing. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs. Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabin.
Okay. I'll be here. Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the stairs slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place. Is someone else here? Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done. You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to. Easier for whom? Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
She barely hesitates before raising her arm to her mouth, her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now. Or we could use it to free her. You won't like what happens if you do that. Without hesitation, you bring the blade down and plunge it into the princess's back. Finally, the wound drives her to the ground. Okay, there's no going back now. I'm with you to the end.
You bastard. Were you lying to me this whole time?
The princess pushes away from you, the motion ripping the blade from her back. Wounded, but still alive, she crouches on all fours in the corner of the room and meets your eyes with the ferocity of a cornered predator.
You've made a terrible enemy, and there's nothing in the world that can possibly save you from me.
I thought we had the upper hand, but it's as if she's barely even threatened by us. It's an act. She's wounded and unarmed. There's nothing she can do to hurt you. I'm not so sure. Don't waver now. As you ready your blade to deliver a lethal blow, she lunges at your legs with the same animal ferocity she used to tear at her arm. Your knife cuts into her again and again as you're tackled to the ground, your body racked with pain as she rips into you with tooth and claw. Forget about trying to rescue her. This is about survival now. Give her everything you've got. Though your nerves are seizing with pain, you know you've done your fair share of damage as well, your blade having left deep gashes in the princess's back. You seize a moment of hesitation to throw her off of you and shakily push yourself back to your knees. We can still turn this around. The princess is still chained to the wall. There's nothing she can do to stop you from getting out of here. What if she doesn't succumb to her wounds? Whatever she is so much more dangerous than I thought she'd be. You rush up the stairs and dive past the threshold. You're safe. For now. You close the basement door, locking it behind you and quickly barricading it with the heavy wooden table that once held the blade. Okay, we can make this work. She has an awful wound and we have all the time in the world. Playing jailkeeper for a while might make things a little easier. You settle in against the far wall to watch the basement door. It isn't long before you start to drift off, your eyelids heavy with fatigue. But sleep doesn't come. Instead, your rest is broken by a piercing, wailing voice calling out to you from the other side of the door.
I know you're still there. Why don't you make things easier on yourself and let me out? It's not like this little door will hold for very long anyways. It's probably a good idea to try to get back on my good side.
She sounds terrifying. Like she's less of the princess you saw and more like something out of a nightmare. As she violently rattles the door, you do your best to shut her out of your mind.
When I get out of here, I'm going to pick you apart piece by piece. I won't forget what you did, and I'll never forgive it. You don't know the kind of enemy you've made tonight.
It doesn't sound like she's getting any weaker. No, it doesn't.
Do you think a couple of cuts is enough to do me in? I'm not as frail as you think.
You put the princess's threats out of your mind as best you can and huddle up against the wall. You jolt awake in the middle of the night to silence in the cabin. The ruckus has stopped, and the door to the basement is ajar, its lock broken, and the table shoved out of the way. Where is she?
Thanks for helping me get out of that awful basement.
You try and stumble to your feet, but as the princess draws near, it's as though your body simply stops working. It isn't all at once. The paralysis comes in waves. First your toes go numb, and then your feet, and then your legs. You lie prone on the floor of the cabin, unable to do anything but witness her approach. Whose side are you on? Yours, of course. But I have a duty to uphold the truth. Lying about the facts of the situation doesn't change them.
So helpless. I can take my time with you, can't I?
She steps closer, one silent footfall at a time, cocking her head in curiosity as you feel your organs shutting down one by one.
Or maybe I can't take my time with you. You don't look well. A little green around the gills. What a shame. If you'd only helped me get out of here, we could have done such wonderful things together.
Your lungs stop drawing in breath, and your heart freezes in your chest. You have seconds left.
I'd say better luck next time. But we both know this is the end, don't we?
It can't be. This can't actually be how everything ends. I'm sorry, but it is. Everything goes dark, and you die. You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess. You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. Oh, don't you start grandstanding about morals. The fate of the world is at risk right now, and the life of a mere princess shouldn't stop you from saving us all. If he doesn't remember what happened, then maybe it's best to keep it that way. Shh. What if he hears us? That's a very good question, little voice. What if he does hear you? Shit. I think you'll find yourselves very hard-pressed to keep any secrets from me. Not that it matters right now, because like I said, this is the first time we've met. Still, I'd rather not get off on the wrong foot. We've a world to save, after all. A warning before you go in. If she will lie, I don't think lying and cheating is a thing. She was very direct with us last time. Or at least she was direct with us after we decided to lock her away. It doesn't matter. Don't trust anyone. The interior of the cabin is plain, the smooth wood of the walls almost featureless. The only furniture of note is a lone table, knocked on its side in the corner of the room. A pristine blade stands between you and the open, inviting basement doorway. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Hold on. What happened to the door? There was a door here last time. It's just an empty frame. She's already got out, hasn't she? And she's ready for us. She's been waiting. Can't you feel her eyes on us? I'm going to need all of you to pull yourselves together. The princess has not already gotten out. But if you keep getting stuck in your head like this, you're going to struggle to get the job done. So deep breath in, deep breath out. Your task awaits, and only you can do it. You reach down and pick the blade up off the floor. It would be difficult to slay the princess and save the world without a weapon. Good. Steel can't lie to us. Is it gonna be enough, though? Couldn't you have given us something else? Something, I don't know, better than a knife? Could we have a bomb? The blade is the only thing you need to finish your task. You're more than capable of pulling this off, so long as you don't lose faith in yourself. Those are the words of someone who knows he's sending us to our death. Very different. I'm not the only one who sees her in the window, right? She knows that we're here. Calm down. Maybe the three of you just think everything is different because you haven't been here before. Enough of this past life nonsense. You haven't died, you certainly haven't been killed by the princess. So focus up. A lot's riding on this. You're right. I was so stuck on the eyes watching us that I didn't even notice it there. What are you two talking about? There isn't a mirror. There's a table, the blade sitting on the floor, and the open doorway leading to the basement. There's nothing else in here. There's definitely a mirror. There isn't. We have to look at it. Unless that's what he wants us to do. And pretending it isn't there is a trick to get us to do exactly what he wants. But it does matter. Don't you care if we're being lied to? If he's willing to lie about something as innocuous as a mirror, what else is he hiding from us? Exactly. Everything he's saying is carefully crafted lies. I'm not lying to you. Use your eyes. There is no mirror. Why would I lie about something so meaningless? What good would a mirror even do? Let you waste time preening yourself instead of doing what needs to be done. But there was a mirror a second ago. Did he make it go away? Clearly there was something in there worth investigating if he wants it hidden so bad. You cross over the threshold and onto a series of isolated steps suspended in darkness. More eyes, too. You never mention the eyes. The air seeping up from below reminds you of fresh lightning and static, as if you're descending into a place that isn't meant for a creature of flesh and blood. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. Her cruel and playful voice prances up the stairs.
I didn't think you'd come back. We're gonna have a lot of fun, you and I.
Okay, we need a game plan. Last time we were here, just being close to her was enough to kill us. It can't be that hard, but then we'd lose our weapon. We'd have to make it count. Otherwise she'd be furious and we'd be defenseless. If a knife is even enough to do anything against something like her in the first place. It'll be enough. Didn't you hear my warning a minute ago? She can't be trusted. Talking won't do you any good.
Something tells me she isn't going to be very keen on talking anyway.
You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. As you emerge, you find yourself between two loose rows of white wooden planks suspended in nothingness. A smattering of cobblestones visible against the inky black of the basement mark where the floor should be, forming vague pathways. At what seems to be the end of the room, they diverge in opposite directions, left and right. She could be anywhere, and there's nowhere for us to hide. We're completely exposed.
Are you really not going to comment on how weird this place is?
No, I'm not. Somebody needs to be the voice of reason here, and it certainly isn't you.
Excuse me, I'm being incredibly reasonable. You're the one who's just matter-of-factly describing whatever the hell we're looking at like it's an ordinary basement. We're going to die down here. I don't want to die again.
Please stop saying that. You're only going to make things worse. Just pick a direction and start moving.
I wouldn't give it too much thought if I were you. It doesn't really matter, because either way you go, I'm going to find you.
Let's see. Let's see if that worked. My microphone has been not working great. Okay. That should have worked now. Yeah, the microphone, I feel like my microphone's dying because it actually disconnected earlier in the day too. It's really odd. So I have to like unplug it and plug it back in. It's just really weird. Okay. So we have to choose either left, right, or nothing. That's our only choices right now. Left, right, or nothing. If we go back the way we came, I already know what's gonna happen. Like, I feel like we're just gonna get locked out. Left? Alright.
You turn to the left. A faintly outlined path lies before you.
I wonder how different going to the left and going to the right is.
There you are.
Nope!
I told you I was going to find you.
Nope!
As the princess approaches, your legs suddenly go numb.
Nope!
Your arms quickly follow.
Did not like that! What's up, nobody?
Isn't it?
And you brought a little knife with you. Cute.
There has to be a way out of this thing.
Did not like that. Did not like that.
It's supposed to be like this.
I wonder how many times I'll get to play with you before you break.
Your vision cuts out as your blood
Oh, I don't
begins
like any
to
of this.
coagulate. It's as if every part
Nope.
of your being is coming to a lurching halt.
I know. She did say she'll find me. Oh, I don't like any of this. I don't like any of this.
Your lungs pull in.
Oh my god.
As your eyes shoot back open.
Oh, I don't like any of this.
What are you doing? I'm working. Do you want this body to function, or do you want to then experience?
I don't like this.
Your body approaches death.
The audio is messing with me so damn much. You have no idea.
Start doing it again. You sure about that? You sure that's what you want, or do you want to interrupt me some more?
At the moment that we got into darkness, I was like, this is gonna be so bad.
Yes, I'm sure.
The moment that we went into darkness, I was like,
Again, your eyes
God.
shoot open as you gasp for breath.
Can't decide what you want to do, can you? Oh well, standing there gasping like a fish is more fun than dead. Even if you look ridiculous.
She isn't attacking us. Why? The why doesn't matter. She's already proven her illiterate. Don't lose sight of your mission.
well, she's like a
Your
ghost.
weapon is still in your hands. Strike at her and end this before it's too late.
Why? Hear me out. Hear me out. Why don't I just leave with her and see if she says yes? How about, what happened after you killed me last
I
time?
tried to leave while you suffocated, but that stupid cabin wouldn't let me. So I started to drag your body.
You
out
say
of the
slay?
van. Well, you
Oh, I
did
did not
try
like
to
that.
get to the door, and then I was here, and now you're here too. I don't think I
Yeah,
can-
letting the scary nightmare princess out of the cabin? I mean, why not?
And as much as I love what we have going on, I have bigger plans than tormenting one poor little creature forever. I want to leave.
I mean, just think about it. Like, scary nightmare princess out of the cabin? If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna take the rest of the world with me. That's my mentality. Why do you need me alive? If you need me alive, then why are you threatening? Why are you threatening me on the stairs? Why didn't you try to be nice to me?
I am being nice. You're alive, aren't you? And you died of fright as soon as you saw me last time. I didn't think keeping you alive was an option. But it looks like that's not a problem anymore. At least not for me. You seem miserable.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, if I let her out, she's everyone's problem. That's my logic, right? And if I let you out, then what? Do we go our separate ways?
No, definitely not. If you're what I need to leave this place, chances are you're pretty useful. I think I'll keep you right by my side. A little good luck charm to make sure I stay free.
See, look at that. We get a scary nightmare princess waifu for life, and she won't kill us because she's too scared that she needs us to keep leaving the cabin. To me, I think it's a win-win situation letting her out. We get a yandere nightmare princess, and we get to live. I mean, that's my logic. Right? That's definitely a happy ending. Like, because we all know if I try to kill her, she's gonna kill me, right? Like, she's gonna kill me. Like, there's no way if she's a nightmare, she looks like a ghost. I'm gonna throw the knife. It's gonna go right through her. It's gonna get lost in the darkness. She's gonna get mad and she's gonna kill me, right? So if that's the point, if that's the case, wouldn't I just let her leave? Like,
Don't worry. I'll make sure to take good care of you. I promise.
so look at that. She's even gonna take care of us. Why won't you fish me off?
Because I don't want to. And even if I did, I don't have to. And look at the way you're struggling to stay alive. It's taking everything you have to keep your heart pumping right now. And I'm enjoying the show.
The princess leans forward, bringing her masked lips close to your ear.
If I want to see you gone, all I need to do is break your concentration.
Heart.
I don't like this.
Liver, nerves. She slowly runs her velvet glove across the base of your neck.
Nope.
Feels like static. Make her stop.
I don't like this.
Hey, snap out of it. Okay, deep breath. Deep breath. We're fine.
I think I'm gonna.
Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, your back.
Jesus Christ.
Ah, and there's the fear.
She pulls away.
But that wouldn't be very fun, now would it? I've already done that.
You're a lunatic, you know. If you want to work together, can you at least turn off this whole organ shutting down situation?
I am what I am. It's not my fault that you can't handle being around me.
And what if I refuse to let you out? What
We're
happens?
stuck down here together until you change your mind.
Static. And a skeptical
Jesus
voice
Christ.
touches your shoulder and whispers in your ear. No! Heart, lungs, liver, nerves. Heart, lungs, liver, nerves.
Or until your heart finally gives out. And then, when you die, I'll find myself somewhere new. And before too long, you'll be there too. That's how this all works, right? This doesn't end until you let me out. And a lot can happen before then. I'm sure I can get creative.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. I know she's like a walking red flag, but hear me out. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Let me sell you on her real quick. I feel like you're being played. I know, but listen. In the off chance that she doesn't kill us, so Glitch, hear me out. Just listen to me for a second. If we try to kill her, she's gonna kill us, right? Like that's obvious. That's very obvious. We're gonna try to kill her. She's gonna get mad. We're gonna throw the blade. It's gonna go right through her. And she's gonna shut down our organs. We're gonna die. But if we try to let her out, there's like a 2% chance that she doesn't kill us. Because like her playing us is probably like 98% right. But let's say she doesn't. Then what? Then we get a scary, toxic girlfriend princess. Sounds like a win to me. Let's see. We don't have to be enemies. We can work together. We can even be friends.
I'm glad you're seeing things my way.
You're just a lunatic. You know, I don't know. I want to say that though. Okay. All right. I'm gonna let her out. We've never let her out before, so let's just see what happens. All right. I'll let you leave.
What? No!
I need you to come around. Oh, this is going to be so wonderful.
No, I'm not going to let this happen. Before you can utter another word, your body stops moving. And, do you think you could just wrest control away from us? This body's barely functioning as it is. Doesn't the world end if we fail to stop her? Won't letting us die here just make it end faster?
I was gonna say.
Shit. Lungs, liver, nerves, heart, lungs. With a flick of the princess's wrist, the stairs slide back into place. I can't believe you're making me watch you damn everyone to torment and oblivion.
Yeah, bro. Listen, man. Look, the narrators killed us more times than I think the princess. So realistically, yeah, Paranoid really is the MVP, man. Yeah, MVV, most valuable voice.
Go ahead. I'll be right behind you.
Trust having our back to her. You're not wrong, but maybe you should let me handle the feedback. Just focus on keeping us alive.
Yeah.
Right.
Yo, this guy's a baller.
Besides, I get the feeling she's telling the truth. She needs us alive.
How about you go first?
What? Are you scared of turning your back to me? You don't have to be worried that I'm going to do something bad. You're too important to me now. Besides, what if
Jesus.
I lost track of you and dropped the stairs on accident? I wouldn't want that to happen. And I don't think you'd want that to happen either. So go on. Go ahead.
She urges you forward, like one might a reluctant pet.
Alright. Alright.
You place a shaky foot on the first step and begin your ascent from the...
Here we go!
You can feel the static prickling of the princess.
Oh my god.
Your limbs buzzing with pins and needles. An uncomfortable and constant...
Here we go!
...that you exist. And that your existence is so very precarious.
Here we go, baby!
You're almost there.
The only thing left between you and the cabin is the now shut door to the basement. It would be a real shame if it had locked.
Oh, did the narrator lock the door?
Oh, you snake. There wasn't even a door when we first got here. The door was from last time. I told you we shouldn't trust him. I know he's messing with us, but you can't lose your cool. We need you right now. Remember? Yes, I remember. Of course I remember. Heart.
Oh, yo, bro, the narrator just fucked us over.
Frustrating. Heart. Thank you. And you? You'd really rather us die down here than let her out? Of course I would. As much as I want you to have a happy...
Yo, the narrator backs up this again.
It's a little more important. You still have a weapon. You can still make this right.
Try the door.
Oh, look at that. It's locked. What a relief for the world.
I think the door's locked.
It'll open. You just have to give it a tug.
Try the door.
You pull against the door. The lock gently clicks open in response to your effort, and the door creaks on its hinges. This isn't right. That's not even the way it's supposed to swing. It's supposed to swing out.
Yo, let's go!
You're not nearly as powerful as you'd have us think, are you?
Yeah, I was gonna say, bro, I need you to just make sure we're living here.
Anyways, like he said, you're not really in control here, are you? I never said I was. If I was in control here, why would I need you to slay her?
I don't know, bro. You did kill us last time, though.
Secret reasons?
Yeah, you didn't. You don't even tell us why we have to kill
The
her.
door is open. What are you dawdling for? It's time for us to go. The world is waiting.
Shit. The princess moves past you and into the cabin. This is it. This is your final moment to make things right. Kill her. I thought you wanted us to slay her. It's the same thing. Do it now, or everything is over. Okay, what do we do? I said, what do we do? Oh, do you want to hear from me now? Yes. Well, I thought you needed me to run the autonomic nervous system. We do, but this is important. Look, I'll even do it myself. Just tell us who to trust. Brain? Heart. Right, heart. Lungs. Liver. Nerves. Okay, thanks. I got it. You're terrible at this. I know. I'm doing my best.
That's actually kind of funny.
What are you doing?
Finally, I can talk. Now, what were you asking me? Running everything kind of feels like popping in and out of consciousness. It's easy to lose track of things. They were asking you for your blessing to trust me. Oh, that's right, yeah. Fuck this guy.
Yo, the voice of the paranoid is straight up the real one. He just said, oh yeah, that's right, fuck this guy. Don't trust him. Yo, that's it. Voice of the paranoid, you are the MVP. You are hands down the MVP. You are the only voice in all of this entire game that actually had the audacity to be like, you know what? Fuck the narrator. Like, that's actually amazing. Like, what a goat. What a goat. What a goat. I know.
Really? So you'd have them trust her?
Yeah, no, I don't trust... Okay, I'm listening to the voice of the paranoid.
Oh, of course not. Can't trust anybody here but themselves, but I guess the one that doesn't make our organs shut down. Thank you for your gracious show of support, but that's a marginal preference. We'll have to deal with him later. I'd just rather deal with him while our organs are intact. Whatever. You heard what he had to say, so whether you trust me or not, killing her is still the best, nay, the only option you have worth taking.
Nah, I'm listening to the voice of the paranoid.
Done. You can let me take over again. Finally, that was awful. I really don't know.
You've been standing there staring blankly for a while now. And I have to say my patience is running a little thin.
Alright.
So don't make a lady wait any longer.
Okay, listen, hear me out. We're gonna let her out. Just because the voice of the paranoid literally said, "Fuck this guy.
Open the door."
Leave the cabin."
The doorknob twists in your hand, revealing the forested path beyond the cabin. Liver, you bastard. You've actually done it. You've eventually doomed nerves.
This is the first time that we actually ever got to leave the cabin.
It's so beautiful. I can't wait to ruin it. But it's so cold, too. It's itching against my skin.
The princess, exhausted, slumps to the ground.
Why is it so cold?
You don't get a chance to respond, nor will you ever. It's time to leave. Memory returns.
Where does she go? Should we try and find her? There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now?
Of course. Let's just approach the mirror. You approach the mirror.
This doesn't feel right. It feels...
Here we go, all over again. So she couldn't, like, exist outside of the cabin?
It's calling us. And not in a good way.
The voices feel small, distant as you approach. Silence as you reach forward. They're gone once again. The mirror always makes them leave, but you need to see what's in it. You are nothing at all. But that isn't right. You can't be nothing. You refocus. Oh, I see a raven. Your gaze, and you see it, a figure, a faint veiled shadow just beyond your reflection. Are you me?
I think you know what I am.
A crack slides down the center of the mirror, splitting the image in the glass in two. This is all different. And then another crack forms, and another, turning the mirror into jagged shards of broken glass. Oh, I don't like any of this. So you're the narrator. I was wondering if I'd ever get to see you.
The narrator. Yes. I suppose that's my job, isn't it?
What?
You needed help, after all. An objective voice to guide your blade. But you were never supposed to see me. I wonder how many worlds you've damned to extinction to fall this far.
I don't like that. What are you? Are you some, Does it hurt when pieces of you break off like that?
It doesn't hurt. I don't feel pain. Not physically.
What are you? Are you something like me?
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an echo. Likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure you've met many others like me.
Others like you said something like that before. Has every narrator really been different?
Of course. That is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shut both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon. And then it won't be able to work like that anymore.
What do you have to say for all for yourself, for all this hubris?
I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that.
Every time I ask you something, it's like a piece of you breaks.
I'm aware, and if I were you, I'd be more precious about your time.
Okay. What is the princess and did you make her?
She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die. She becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. This isn't the end just yet. You can still destroy her and save everyone. You were made to do this single task, and you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
Why would you want me to destroy the concept of transformation?
Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed.
So, if I destroy her, how is that different? Oh boy. Man. Do you know what that thing's won't be? Why? So you do know about the looping. So many times I met you, you denied it without being a possibility. Why, of all the things, why is she a princess, not an ant or a soggy slice of bread?
Are you asking me to spend my final moments psychoanalyzing you? She wound up a princess because you wanted her to be a princess. As to why, maybe she needed to be beautiful, important, above you, but on a level you could still approach. A herald of things to come. I don't know. Gods are supposed to be beyond comprehension. I really shouldn't try and anthropomorphize you like this.
Yeah, there's only 2 more things left. I'm pretty sure death is good, actually. Important, even.
That's your belief. There's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying.
I think you're out of time.
So I am. It's like I said, I'm just an echo. And echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
The final fragment of glass shatters. You see yourself with a newfound clarity. You are the long quiet, a vast and oh God. It's finally time for you to wake up. Alright, let's go to the cabin one last time. So I'm God? Is that what we got to? When you arrive at the heart of things, there is no final vessel for you to bear witness to. There's nothing for you to find. I don't like any of this. What's going on?
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly.
What is going on? I'm the long cry, but I don't know really what that means.
Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call me the shifting mound, a pale imitation of what I actually am.
Do you know about the echo? And did you hear our conversation?
Every word you spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind.
So what happens now? I had like 80 other questions to ask.
Always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echoes spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
So... Okay, so if I kill the princess, death no longer exists. If I let her live, death remains as a construct. There's so many stories left unfinished. Can we really just leave?
Even as your eyes begin to open, you still hold on to the notions of is and is not, of beginning and end. Pitch black islands in the blinding light of the infinite. There is nothing to resolve, nothing restraining us but us.
Don't you have a say in all this? Why is this all falling on me?
Of course I have a say in all of this. You and I share reflections of each other's burdens, just as you and I share reflections of each other's gifts. If we did,
I kind of don't want to kill her now.
the paths that brought us here wouldn't have been full of strife and conflict.
I need more answers before I can make a choice.
My very nature is paradox, as is yours. You cannot use words to grasp at things that are beyond their reach, and you cannot rationalize that which defies logic. But violence and passion are dances that both of us know well. If this is what it takes to enlighten you, then so be it.
Oh, what? What?
Fear is what pretends to protect us from loss. To fear death protects from losing a
I don't like any of this.
fear ruin protects from losing status. To fear rejection protects from being known.
But this isn't even what I wanted.
If losing a body is contained within having a body, losing status is contained within having status. Being known is contained within being conscious.
Oh, am I gonna see each one of the fragments now?
It is in the nature of all things to transform, to go from known to hidden to known again. But when the ceaseless and
Because she's the last one we saw.
strips away the finality of endings, what remains of fear? Is it a shelter protecting you from itself? Or is it a shelter protecting itself from you? You took fear by the hand and walked with it into the unknown, and through that, you feared nothing.
Yeah, I think each vessel is gonna talk to me now, right? So address the vessel statement directly. That wasn't a rejection of fear. You broke me to your will. I wanted to make the world suffer. You act as if you're above it all. Even if I'm not afraid now, the fear of others is real. We can't uphold the harm that everyone suffers just because we're beyond it.
Others cling to fear because they have not.
I guess
received
every vessel's gonna talk to me.
Will you strip the world of possibility just because some refuse to see its beauty?
Yeah,
Your love has pressed a stake into your body.
yeah. This was the second to last one that we did.
Do I miss your heart because I can't stand to see it go?
Your lover drives a stake into your heart, and another, and another.
Love melted in
Yeah,
the
interesting. Very cool. So I wonder, like, if we did this differently, I guess this ending would be different.
It was the knowledge that you did not know me.
So we were.
You sought the truth then. Will you hide from it now that it is within your grasp?
Sorry. Access to the world can't exist without you. Or engage in violence. I get it. There's no need for us to keep fighting. I'll leave with you. I just don't know how. Stop the fight early and surrender. No. I'm gonna address the vessels. I don't want to hide from the truth.
Then don't. There's no need for you to fight with
I won't leave with you, not until you see things from my perspective.
If you need more time to open your eyes, then I will give you all the time in the world.
Yep, there's the third one. Very cool that we go in the order also that we did it. Like it's very interesting. It's very cool. Yo, I'm here for this. When forced between choosing your death and forfeiting your body, you chose agency, but agency requires action, and action requires endless tapestries of events. Action itself from reality. Can you say with certainty without a shaped world without you? I want that world to come to pass. You didn't give me much of a choice, yo.
And yet still you chose. To be capable of change is to be capable of choice.
Oh shit.
Is it their body? Is it all
Oh, this is the super strong one that kicked our ass.
the eyes, peel the skin,
That was not how I thought the animation was gonna go, so I was like,
find the bones. When it is all gone, you still have who you started with. A person is not a body. Death is a transformation into something new. It is only bodies that fear it.
What if I am? I am not my body, but perhaps others are theirs. I'm not my body, but I feel my body suffer.
Do you suffer now? Let go of what you think yourself to be and exist.
As the clash between units, the princess relaxes, smiling from a distance. The respite is welcome.
Nothing is immutable. Everything that is exists only in relation to everything it isn't. There is no constant. There is no center. Open your eyes and accept what we are. We can leave this prison together.
It's easy to believe in things you believe when you get to sit above it all.
It is from my vantage point that I can see the totality of truth.
What do you think happens if we leave here?
This universe dies, and a new one is born. And that one dies, and a new one is born. And you and I get to witness it all, weaving a tapestry of life wherever we go.
Huh. You've done everything you can to make me understand your perspective, but you keep dismissing mine. I want to see if I can change her perspective. I feel like she's not...
What I offer you is not perspective. It is truth.
Whatever you're trying to do right now, you don't have to do it alone.
Oh, shoot! Which hero are you?
All of them? I assume in the same way that you're all of you.
So where's everyone
They're
else?
still where you left them, stuck in the folds of this place. Part of me is with them, just like part of me is with you right now. There's still a piece of me nestled close to where it all began. I can take you there. I can take you to her heart.
It's time to resume our dance.
She's relentless, isn't she?
Where's our first god?
It's quick.
Okay. I'm gonna say nothing.
I'm gonna take that as a yes.
What? What's going on? Oh, this is the first one, right?
And here we are. I'd say we were back where it all started, but I guess it's a little after that, isn't it? Do you need me to describe things? That'd be nice. A little comfort in an
Oh, that's a contrarian.
place.
That's the first one that we had.
Oh, you made it here too. We never really got to talk to her, did we? This one, I mean.
I was gonna say, yeah, the first one we totally skipped. I like the description now, if you don't mind, for old time's sake.
Of course. The interior of the cabin is, well, it's not really a cabin, is it? It's that terrifying blend of everything. Only it doesn't feel so...
This is so interesting because the way that we did the stairs and everything was the same way that we did it the second time we did it. I mean, the first time we did it. So I guess if our first time was different, would this all be different? I would assume so, right? That's so interesting.
It's still shaped like a cabin, it's just different in places. There's still walls, a door to the basement, a table, that knife. Windows. You know, come to think of it, I don't think he ever really included the windows in his cabin descriptions, did he?
No.
I always thought they were implied. He never mentioned the mirror either, but that didn't mean he implied it was there. It's gone though. I think it did whatever it needed to do. And I know you're still trying to find some middle ground, but if things go south, we're going to need that blade.
Okay, here... Is it just the three of us?
It's just us. I think the rest of them are still out there, jumbled up in the rest of her.
And I've been here since you left me here. No hard feelings, I'm just glad you're back to see
I'm just happy that the contrarian's the one that we have.
Yeah, it's dead silent in here. Whatever it was that was
Okay.
left of him, I don't think...
I'm gonna make a poll here because I'm gonna need a poll.
We got obliterated.
Question 1: blade or no blade? That's the true question. I'm gonna start a poll here. I'm gonna give you all a couple of minutes to try it out here. Blade or no blade? That's the first question. Jesus. Looks like everybody went no blade. Damn, 4 votes for no blade.
Really goes to show how much you've grown up. Killing somebody across every iteration of reality just by existing. I don't even know what I would do if I were in the driver's seat with that kind of power. Good riddance. Really? I'm gonna miss the guy. Yeah, right. He really put us through hell, didn't he?
I was gonna say, he got us killed a lot.
No blade it is. I'm not sure what we'll be able to do without it, but your judgment has gotten us this far. If that's what you think is best, then that's what you think is best. I'm just along for the ride at this point. Those winding stairs again.
Oh, not again.
But now there's only one way forward. Do you remember the first time we were here? The first
We
time
went to
we
the
heard
right.
that voice.
When we did this.
Yeah, it was a real mess. Stopped being fun pretty quick.
It's okay. You can come down. The stairs won't bite. Not this time. We don't know what you want from us. But let's talk. All of us. Maybe we can help you find your way.
She doesn't sound messy anymore, though. At least somebody here feels put together.
So let's go down the stairs.
And forward we go. We shouldn't keep her waiting. That was easy compared to last time. Just stairs.
Yeah.
All weird fuzzy stuff or nonsense trying to pull us apart.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened last time. We were pretty much like in a different dimension. Like, and then she shattered into like a bunch of pieces. It was a lot.
Yeah, that wasn't so bad.
So you didn't bring the knife. After all the lives we've lived together, and all the lives we haven't, you somehow found a way to move outside of the script. Are we missing a page?
Listen, all right. Let's chat with her real quick. So, it's good to see you again.
It is, for all of us. We've seen so many threads of stories told between us, but this moment is unexpected. Even when we've seen it all, you still managed to surprise us.
So, I guess this would have been different depending on which route we would have took the first time, right? Because she's the one who we got, I think, at the end of it all. I never had a chance to talk to you before you were taken away. Not you. You, at least. I'm sorry for what I did.
It's okay. No hard feelings. In a way, you helped us become a version of her. But we weren't very good at it. I don't think a conversation with us then would have been very insightful. That's probably why we were taken away. That's all we had to offer you. It was time to change again.
After all we did, she's just forgiving us. Just like that. You know, that means a lot.
Are you the same as you are out there?
Yes, we think. We're kind of like a shadow. Out there, every part of us is blended together into one huge idea. A big wave of unyielding change crashing against the world. But in here, we're fractured. Small. Still a little more separate than we'd like to be. Our instincts still trying to pull us in different directions.
That's kind of like us, isn't it? Yeah. We really are the same.
What if we just leave?
He'd hate that. So you should do it.
Yeah, right?
He isn't here anymore. It's the spirit of the thing.
Leave? But what would happen if we left with you? Would we exist inside ourselves? Are you sure you want to find out if that's possible, or what that would mean for you? Is that what you want?
I always wanted to leave with you, but I didn't like being... not knowing is exactly what I want. We knew everything out there, but we don't know this. I'm gonna say I always wanted to leave with you.
After so many iterations, so many different versions of us clashing and coming together and clashing again, leaving with you feels like all we ever really wanted.
I think I'm gonna stay right here. Whatever you're doing right now, wherever you're going, it feels like it's for just the two of you. Yeah, I think we've done our job.
Thank you.
Mention it. Thanks for making all the hard choices along the way.
Ah. You lead and the princess follows, and together you leave the basement behind for the last time. It's quiet as you ascend, a comfortable silence filling a space that used to be flooded with violence and words and noisy thoughts. But there is an energy in the silence, an electricity, anticipation of the unknown. At the top of the stairs, the princess stalls, eyes fixed on the cabin door. You can see attention seize them. They're unsure of themselves for the first time in their long, short existence. They have no part to play anymore, and they know this, yet they still are. And they cross the room to the door outside. You follow their confident steps.
We can feel the threads of all the stories we've told together, all pulling us back down the stairs and into those chains where we know the outcome of everything that could ever come to pass. It's comfortable there, but it's confining. We want more. We want whatever might be on the other side of this door. Something new that we'll experience together. With someone who exists outside of us. With someone who can see us in a way we can never see ourselves. And we love you too.
bro. That was so good. That was so good. Oh man, that was a good ending. Oh man, that was cool. That was very cool. So like now I'm so curious. There's so many paths we didn't go down. There's so many paths we didn't go down. Like we could have fought her. Like we didn't have to leave with her. I did like leaving with her. I think that was kind of like a nice way of doing it. But like, very cool. I loved it. It was great. Thanks so much for playing. As an expression of our gratitude, here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. If you'd like you to take a screenshot, you can hide the UI by hitting H. That's actually kind of cute. Here's the track order for a special playlist just for you. So is this the order that we played it? So they saved the songs. Interesting. So they saved the songs in the order that we went through the story, and then they gave us our playlist. That's very cute. Huh. Very cool. Okay. That was very cool. Yo, that was awesome. The way the customization to this game is wild. That was insane. Man, that was so good. I kind of low-key like want to do like a... Do we do another playthrough? And just change like all of our... We should do one more playthrough, right? We should do one more playthrough. It's short enough that we can definitely do one more playthrough, I think. If we do one more playthrough and just do everything completely different, like we don't do any of the things that we did before, like completely different, I think it would be cool. I think it would be very cool to do it. I don't know. Like, what is chat's idea on that? Because the game's short. Like, we can do it, like, in, like, less than a week. I mean, we beat it in, like, 3 days. Like, I think we can definitely do one more playthrough. And... yeah. And we just do completely different things. So, like, you know, for example, like, when she was, like, telling us to kneel and all that stuff, like, we submit instead. Instead of, like, trying to fight her again. Like, stuff like that. I'm curious to see, like... Especially the end. The end is something that I'm also very curious about. Because we have the option to attack her while we're in that big room. I would like to try it. Yeah. You say do it, more endings and new routes? Listen, I'm down for it. I'm down for it. All right, so that's what we'll do. We'll do one more playthrough of this. We'll go down different routes. We'll try to do different things. And we'll see if we can kind of do it. It's going to be hard to remember everything, but I think we'll be able to do it. All right, guys, that's it for me, all guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out the channel. We're going to be back on it tomorrow. As a reminder, we will not be streaming on Friday. I'm sorry, I won't be here, but we will be streaming on Monday. But we'll be here tomorrow, so don't worry. We got this. But guys, thank you guys so much for watching. As always, take care, be safe, make wise choices, don't do anything too stupid. That's it from y'all. Take care.